$600,000 in suspected meth recovered in a traffic stop. Longtime Dixie High School coach retires, and a Southern Utah woman finds new ways to help Utah families.
You're watching St. George News at 5.
Good afternoon, I'm Amy Bennett. On Tuesday, St. George police pulled over a California man who blew a stop sign and also had expired registration. Police searched the BMW he was driving and found a large plastic bag that reportedly contained 23 separate bundles of suspected methamphetamine wrapped in plastic. The bundles each weighed approximately 1 pound. The suspect, 59-year-old Ramon Amador Zipian of Bellflower, California, was arrested and booked into jail. He faces 1 second-degree felony count of possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance. Even before the Flyers lost their last baseball game under Coach Danny Ibsen's leadership, he knew his days in the Dixie dugout had ended. We'll go to Eric Gould for more on this story.
Getting a tour around Danny Ibsen's office is like entering a baseball hall of fame. There's a signature collection of bats and balls, and every one of them has a story. Here he is telling St. George News about some of his memorabilia.
And then we've just got some autographed bats underneath with Chipper and actually a Pete Rose, Dale Murphy again. 2008 was the year we took the Dixie Indians to Cooperstown, so that was my son's travel team, and had a great time there. And one of my best friends in the Secret Service sent me a Secret Service presidential engraved Louisville Slugger.
Ibsen recently stepped down as Dixie manager after putting more than 30 years into the program as a player and coach.
Thanks, Eric. When foster care volunteer Jenica Woodbury challenged the limits of ordinary assistance, she discovered new ways to help Utah families. Here's Jesse Bang for more on the story.
Volunteer coordinator Jenica Woodbury began as a volunteer with Utah Foster Care. When she saw the need to help lighten the load for foster parents, she felt motivated to make a difference.
The families that we are able to serve, it's so meaningful. They have stepped up and have sacrificed a lot to help these kids. And so just doing like small things like spending a couple hours on a fun babysitting event. This room here has housed dozens of kids with fun little craft events and all sorts of simple things that are fun to get creative on how we can serve these families. And then when we pull it off, it's a fun opportunity.
Outside of her position with the organization, she decided to start a booth at the downtown farmers market. She sells homemade yogurt parfaits and iced Roma, a caffeine-free coffee alternative. 50% of her proceeds go directly to the foster care system, allowing her to purchase additional meals for foster families. Lead foster adoptive consultant Ben Ashcraft talks about the need for foster families in southern Utah.
We're over the 9 counties in southern Utah, and we have a huge need for people who will be willing to step up to take in any child, but we have a particular need for ones that will take in large sibling groups or teenagers, school-age children as well.
Thanks, Jesse. St. George man Dave Bartesiewicz hiked 170 miles from Portugal to Spain through charming villages with cobblestone roads and mountains, taking the Camino del Santiago Trail, which he says transformed his life. We'll go to Stephanie DeGraw with the story.
A St. George man hiked 170 miles from Portugal to Spain through charming villages with cobblestone streets and mountains. He said it transformed his life. Dave Bartesiewicz walked the Camino de Santiago Trail, a historic pilgrimage. He finished in just 10 days, while most people take 14 days. He shared his thoughts about the trip.
I think one of the key things that makes a difference for people's lives is having different experiences themselves, right? The Camino will change your life. It's a collective amount of experiences, challenging, but also beautiful.
Dave met people of all ages and abilities along his journey.
Thanks, Stephanie. A team of Food Bank of Southern Utah volunteers descended upon the parking lot next to the Washington County School District building last Thursday morning with a mission to distribute boxes of food to families in need. We'll head back to Eric Gould for the details.
The Food Bank of Southern Utah has begun its mobile pantry program, which provides food for families in 4 different southern Utah counties during the month of June. The event in the video was held in the parking lot of the Washington County School District building on Thursday. Volunteers from 2 local churches, New Promise Lutheran and Shepherd of the Hills United Methodist, loaded free food into cars as they rolled by. The food bank is using the mobile pantry and its free summer meals program to fight hunger in southern Utah.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. I'm Amy Bennett with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5.